But the time it takes to get to you make this old news. I kept you alive in the back of my mind for a very long time. The coldest climes, the darkest of times, it kept me alive. Let's go.
No visibility in a blizzard.
Can't even drive. So I went on foot to find the heart that sparked the fire.
The wind in my face and slowing my pace, I started to tire. But not even these abysmal conditions could dull my desire. How come?
I still feel the burn from your body's heat. Yeah. I still remember who you were for Halloween. Come on. 1, 2, 3, I'm counting the weeks since the last time you and me had a chance to speak. 4, 5, 6, now I'm counting sheep. Only get to see you when I fall asleep and have a dream. 7, 8,
So,
9, need you
octave.
next to me. More than
Octave.
anything, need you right here next to me. Octave.
Icy chill.
Octave.
Time
Octave.
still.
Ready?
You know I'm for real. This
Yeah,
is
I'm ready.
not a drill. There were
Should I be like,
outside the mill.
I'm good, just like this.
Then
My
we
hat's not
started
crazy.
walking up the hill.
Good.
Past
I'm good.
twilight in the playground with the swing set. To the library.
your camera.
lights
That's
that
my camera.
dim
Should I just be
yet.
looking at you though?
Yeah, we can have a conversation. You ain't gotta necessarily look at the camera.
Like certain moments I'll be like,
Walked up, there were 4 flights.
yeah, everything is in disarray. Yeah, I'm ready.
Hey, hey, no, I don't do no credit. Nope. Niggas know where it's headed. And I'm not in a move. Hungry little bitch, she keep asking for food. Bitch, I'm not in the mood. Every time she get drunk, she be acting a fool.
Welcome back to another episode of Straight Live Podcast. And today we got a special guest that go by the name of Octa. All right. So this guest, last night I was at an event and he performed and he was dope. Like the lyrics, the melodies, the flow, everything was just fire. So we got together today. Thanks for coming. Appreciate you for popping out.
Thank you.
So let the people know a little something about you. Let the people know where you from and where you grew up at.
So I grew up in Montclair, New Jersey. So yeah, that's really where I'm from. Yeah, I rep Montclair and I rep New Jersey. So yeah.
How long you been doing music?
So I've been doing, I think I wrote my first raps when I was like in middle school, but in terms of being outside, like shows and stuff, it's only been like a year and a half probably. And I don't know, I didn't have like a super, because I would do little things, but in terms of being committed, I'd say like a year and a half probably.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah.
So what inspired you to want to start doing music?
What inspired me? I think it was kind of just having like, I think with music, it was less like something inspired me and I did it. I was just doing it. I was like YouTube beats. It was like, before I knew it, I just had songs. They were like playing my songs in class and stuff. So it was not like, oh, like, you know what I mean? I was just listening to it, hearing like Kid Cudi Day and Night. I think it was around that time that I just found myself doing music. It just spoke to me, and yeah, all those songs woke something up in me, I guess, you know.
Yeah, that's what's up. Cause you got, I like the way, like you, yeah, I like the way that you, like your flow, like I said, your melody, your lyrics,
Thank
like
you.
it's real like smooth and like it's not like too much, like you know what I mean, like it's almost like meditation music type.
Okay,
shit.
word.
You know what I mean, like it's cool, man. I like it. Like
Thank you.
what when you first started doing music, like what inspired your style? Like what made
My
you?
style, that's a good question. I think like me, like everyone kind of had different eras, right? So like I said, back, it was like college dropout, late registration. Those were like the first. But also, you know what it was too? It was Drake. It was I may be too strung out on compliment, overdose on confidence. That, you know, when I heard that flow, and I started kind of like, I was like, oh, I can make my voice sound kind of like that. You know what I mean? It was
Yeah.
like, it wasn't exactly how my voice sounded, but it wasn't like that much for me to like starting out, it was like, okay, that's not that much, you know. So that was kind of
That's dope.
that was, but like I said, that was like my first. That was like one of the first eras in terms of like, because I've had, you know, I've been making music for a while, so it's just definitely like as I've gotten older, then it was like 2016. I love like, you know, like X and Ski Mask. When Ski Mask would start doing some of those flows, I love how he was like, I just love how he did. So then I would like see, okay, can I try to replicate this? I think the flows that he can do is crazy, you know.
Yeah,
So
facts. Nah.
so then it was like Travis, like, okay, can I do something with auto tune? Like, can I make that sound fire? And then it's just other artists too, like even other genres like rock and indie, and just like, okay, can I try to make a song that sounds like that? So I think I'm at a point now where I'm just kind of like, all right, let me keep the melodic thing that I like. Let me use maybe a little auto tune. Let me hit a quick little cool pocket, you know, kind of putting it all together, you know.
Hmm.
I have a lot of different influences. For
So like,
sure.
what age was your first like? What age was it when you first started doing music?
Well, like I said, I think it was middle school, like probably I was like 11 or 12.
Oh, that's what's up. And you was writing at that time, and
Now I've always, the thing with me is like I've always been a writer. This is like
yeah.
even before middle school, like when I was probably like 7, 8, I wrote like a story and stuff. I was always writing. I always loved writing. You know, I think that was like the thing with rap. It's like it's a real connection between just like bars, you know, bars and writing. It's just it is writing, you know.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Like it's a little off from poetry, if you ask me. You know what I mean? So that's why that's how I fell in love with rap. It was like poetry on a beat.
Yeah, exactly.
You
Right.
know what I mean? That's why I like deep rap, conscious rap. I mean, 'cause
Word.
I was into poetry when I was a kid, so
Yeah.
when I hear like certain rap, it's like nah, stuff like that actually I could be related, I could relate to.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I try to tell a story with my songs, you know? Like I
Mhm.
think that I just learned that people can connect with it a bit deeper. It doesn't always have to be like I feel like people like Nas and like all these guys, they're really good at storytelling. I don't always go like that deep into it, but
Yeah.
it's just some theme at least. Sometimes I feel like that's lacking, you know. In
Mhm.
today's music, there's not enough of a story. So I try
Yeah.
to have some sort of at least like a concept, you know.
yeah, that's a fact.
Each
that's a
song
fact.
kind of has some, and I feel like with all the songs I did like last night, it was like snowballing. So it's like keeping that theme. And even when Annalise pulled up and she wrote the verse, it was like I felt like, can I curse? Like,
Yeah. You can yo,
okay,
comfortable, man.
I fuck with her verse
Yeah.
because when we were doing it, it was like it's like on theme. You know, there's so much snow out. I can't even see a hater. See you later. It's like all that. I like when things kind of, you know, it's yeah, like thematically, it's all linked together. And then the one I did with Angel, the Dreams Come True song, it's like it's all about that the concept of sleep and stuff. So it's just I like when there's that continuity and then it all comes back. And I think that's like with the Soothing song. I think that's why people like that one too, because it's like kind of just keeps like the verse, you're kind of going for a little journey and then we keep coming back to the chorus. And that's kind of fun when you can just kind of work your way back to the chorus versus sometimes you ever hear a song and it's like they kind of go off on a tangent and then it goes back to the hook and it's just kind of like, wait, you were just over here and now we're back
Yeah.
to the hook talking about this, and it's
Yeah.
just kind of like
all over the place.
all over the place. So
Yeah.
I try to have those transitions back into from like the verse to the bridge to the hook, all that stuff. So yeah.
That's what's up, man. Nah, that song was definitely fire that y'all did yesterday. When I heard it, I was telling you, I just knew it was like a song that produced because the other songs was kind of different from that one. So I
Okay.
just kind of felt at that time when I heard that particular
With the Soothing
song.
song, which one?
With the one with, and what's her name, Annalise? The first
oh,
song
the
you
first
did.
one, Snowballing.
Snowballing,
Yeah.
snowballing. Yeah. So when
Well-
you did that, I heard the difference in her other songs and that song. That's why when I came to you, I said, and you was like,
Oh.
yeah, you know, I produce, right, or something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that. And I was
yeah.
like, I kind of figured you produced that song because you could hear the difference.
Yeah.
She did her thing on that too, but you could tell I was more like she was like on your type time in that song.
Yeah, and
and
I-
she actually did a good job, like
Exactly.
coming into your world, like
For
you know
sure.
what I'm saying. So,
And that's what I like about producing too. I'm not gonna lie because I'm also like just happy with her because so that was like that wasn't like the OG version of the song. Like we did like the OG version where it's like much more the beats kind of staying the same, and then I just had to like I love to just try things. So I was like, wait, yo, what if we did it so it was like for her part, let's start it instead of it just going right into her verse. Let's kind of have the beat cut out. It's just gonna be the 808s. I try like threw kind of like a telephone vocal effect on her voice, and threw a little bit of the auto tune in the chorus, and just kind of like did that. It almost feels like now it's like a bridge. It's kind of building up, building up. So when you're working with people, it's like at first she was like, "Oh, I don't know," and I'm like, "Come on, please, just trust the vision." So she came through and she was like, "Nah, nah, nah." Now I'm seeing it. So that's what I like about it. Like I always will have love for YouTube beats because that's where I first got started. But once you can really be in the lab and you can have so much more freedom just to just kind of make different sections and stuff, because the YouTube beats is like it's already laid out and then you're just putting vocals on top of it. You can't really go in and I'm in there like, oh, let me take out this one hi-hat, or let me switch out the sample for the hi-hat. Let me put a ride instead of a hi-hat. You know what I mean? So it's like I like all of that all of that specificity. It's the details, I think. I think it's just the details, and I kind of think that's what separates my sound. I think I just have like really like intense, kind of almost like a perfectionist, like really intense attention to detail. So I think it's like you might not notice like the individual thing, but like overall people are kind of like, it sounds a little different. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, definitely. So how long you been producing and all that?
So I've actually not been producing for that long. I started in like 2020, so I mean it's about to be 26. So
yeah, that's a long time. That's like that's going on 6 years.
Yeah, but the funny thing is I still feel like, and I think it's a good thing. I talk about this sometimes with some of my friends. I'm like, I still feel like it's kind of like the imposter syndrome thing. Same with like playing like guitar or like keys or whatever. It's like maybe I've been doing it for a little while, but I still feel like, man, even like when I write a verse, it's like, okay, I'm just like doing it for the first time. I don't feel like, oh man, like, yeah, I'm like a producer. I'm like, nah, I feel like in my head, I'm like, if a real producer were to pull up, they'd be like, yo, you're doing this wrong. But I feel like at a certain point, you're like, yo, it slaps,
So do you got your own studio?
Yeah, I do. I call it the Garret.
The Garret?
The Garret, yeah. Shout out the Garret.
Oh, where's it located at?
So that's at my spot in Montclair. It's above the garage. So it's the Garret. It's like my sanctuary. Honestly, I know that like Dilla had his like basement. At his mom's spot.
Yeah.
Or Dilla would just be cooking up in his basement. The Garret is like it's like above the garage. So it's a little different. But I think artists sometimes they have like that. Like safe space is kind of like a corny term, but it's kind of like a sanctuary.
Something like what I got right here.
Something like what you got. It's just like you can just. And I think what's been beautiful about like this past year, as we're about to go into the next one, is like Garret was a really healing space. It's where I did my whole album, and now I'm just starting to like work with a lot of different people, a lot of new energy, new vibes. Like what I'm saying, like Annalise pulled up to the Garret where she recorded her verse. Angel also at the Garret. You know what I mean? Like I'm working on like Angel. She's got her own music. I'm working on trying to like her album. She's like recording that at my spot. So I think the cool part is like it's been great space for me, but it's it's fire to see that opening it up to like other people pretty much, so that they can pull up and they can kind of experience. It's just like a spot where I don't know, it's like magical. You're there. It's nothing fancy, but it's just when you're there, I don't know, it's a certain like aura or whatever.
Yeah, energy.
Yeah,
just
exactly.
It's
calm.
like that's I think that's that's important when you have a studio, to make the people, the artists, when they come comfortable, man, make them be like, I'm going back there, man, and calling you down, like, yo, you open today?
Right.
Want to come and record,
And then people will want to come, you know what I'm saying? Like, versus like, I know a lot of people kind of like, oh, it's like so important, like, oh, like there's certain gear and like making it look like, well, I don't really care about that. I just want it to be a space where people can feel comfortable, and I trust and I have confidence in my abilities, and I've never really been the kind of person to like gear is gear. It's like what you can do with it. You know what I mean? And I think that over time, you just kind of, okay, I've had my eye on this microphone, or I want this guitar once you like learn about it. But I never have been the type to like, oh, let me get a bunch of fancy stuff and I don't know how to use it. It's like, no, like let me start with the blue Snowball microphone. That's what I had for years, and just let me okay, like master that. And
Yeah.
then once I started with GarageBand, I feel like, okay, I got pretty good at that. I went to Logic. Okay, I feel like I'm pretty solid at that. Let me try Ableton now. So it's kind of just like about evolution, but my whole thing is like I don't skip steps, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I'm learning now. I'm getting into the whole engineer thing myself. I have a studio too down here that I record. I record right here, but it's so much like with the technology and software. It's like you don't even really need all that big.
Nah,
Like,
man.
cause they got this software now, this plugin now where it's like you can record anywhere. You can record outside, and it can take your voice from that and just make it seem like you was in a
Right,
$1,000
exactly.
booth.
This mic right here, I could make this is fire. We could make a lot of good music. This mic right here. So
Yeah, that's
this
what's up.
this chair right here, throw this like an EP right now before I leave. Get 4 or 5 ones.
Facts.
Couple
I'm
verses.
always down. Where that's good. So all right, so we're gonna get it like a little personal,
Okay.
right? So what was the childhood like for you?
My childhood.
Like growing up?
Yeah, my childhood growing up was I don't know. I think it was good. I think I had a good childhood in a lot of
what's up.
ways. I think that's something that yeah, childhood is a funny thing, man. I don't know. I think there's like also like I was saying with music, like there's different eras to it. But when I was a kid, I really think I was very much like someone who I loved. Like for me, okay, I was thinking about this last night because they were at the vending they were selling. I was like, I loved like Sharks. I loved G.I. Joes. Like I
Yeah.
loved G.I. Joes.
Yeah.
And
I don't even think my fault to cut you
Yeah,
off,
you're
but
good.
I don't even think like these kids these days
Oh.
understand the significance of just having a toy.
oh right,
Like,
no,
you
that's
know,
a good
an action
point.
figure.
Right.
Like, you know, like cause Christmas just passed.
Right.
And I didn't buy no toys. I bought all
Yeah.
electronics.
But
like
that was
iPads.
important for me though. Like
Yeah.
what I was trying to say is like one of the cool things about like the G.I. Joes is like I would have them and I would be set
Yeah.
for the whole day. Like that's what I was trying to say. Like when I was a kid, like I had like it was like my Shark, you know, or my G.I. Joes, and I could just get lost in that. And I think that is something.
What was it about it that
So what I'm trying to say is like the when it's like the physical thing and it's like it makes you use your imagination more. You know what I'm saying? It
Yeah,
wasn't like
definitely.
ding, 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 you know what I mean? It's like you kind of had to come up with that. And I think for me, I think I always did have like a pretty active imagination. I think as I got older though, I'm not gonna lie, like, and then I started kind of losing that a bit. You know, like started playing. You know, it's like the G.I. Joes got replaced by Call of Duty. You know what I'm saying? And I love COD. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I love all that. I love video games and all that. But at the same time, it's like when I was younger, I didn't necessarily have that as much. So I could just be, by myself and just and I would just envision, all these. It's like I'm playing war or whatever, So I think that's kind of who I was as a kid. I think a lot of my like healing spiritual journey recently has been actually getting back in touch with like the person who I was as a kid. Like who I think like as I've learned this because you kind of forget, but like who I was as a kid was just like I was kind of like. It wasn't like I was the popular kid because I never was like that because I never was like, oh, I'm like the cool kid. But I feel like I was the kid who everybody kind of liked. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like I was just like that positive, like I'm not trying to be cool. It's just like people just liked me. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I kind of forgot that. I kind of started as I got older. I kind of started like hating myself more and shit like that. But just like getting back in touch with like who I was. Sometimes you have like these narratives about yourself. It's like hard to believe that. Like, wait, what? No, like this is who I like. It's like this is who I am as a person. So it's taken me a while, man. It's taken me a while to like, kind of come full circle and be like, this is my essence. This is my this is my energy, who I am, but it's like every day I feel like I get a little bit closer to it. So yeah.
So do you find therapy in your music? Like, do you feel like your music brings out it? Your music is a repetition of your childhood.
Oh, okay. I think that's an interesting question. I think that it represents more kind of what I was like as a kid. Like I feel like I was, like I was saying, like I was imaginative, I was playful, and I think that music is kind of, it can be somewhere like where I can just have fun. Like I just have I think that's something that you can see like in my performances and stuff. And I think last night especially, like 'cause sometimes I'm like hard on myself and I want to do a really good job, but it's like I really just recently just like I had a lot of fun performing last night. You know what I'm saying? Like
you look like that you enjoyed yourself.
yeah, and that's like what I've
And
learned.
you did a good job.
Thank
man.
you,
Word.
thank you. Because it's like part of me is like, oh, I want to like impress people, so they invite me to their podcast. Like obviously, everyone's kind of has that like a little bit, but then I'm also like, I don't know. Last night I was just like, yeah, I just want to just kind of have a good time with my friends, and ironically or whatever, it's like when you do that, that's when it seems to be hitting the hardest. It's kind of a good feeling because I feel like I've been putting all this pressure on myself to like need to turn up and just channel it. I'm like, nah. Last night I'm like, I'm just gonna do my music. I'm not gonna try to force it. I love music. I'm just gonna like be locked in with that, and it seems like. I don't know. It felt like I was putting all this effort and work and stuff, and it was good. You need to do that, but also like, I don't know. I feel like last night it wasn't. I just didn't feel like I was like trying that hard because it's like when you love something, I don't know if you have to feel like it's that much effort. You know what I'm saying? I put in a ton of work with music. I'm not trying to say, oh, I don't try or I don't care. Like I definitely care, but I just like I said, I just had a good time, and so that's kind of the piece that connects to like the childhood thing. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're a kid, you're just playing, you're just having a good time with your friends, and yeah, you're by the end of it, you're tired because you've been running around, but it's not like, yeah, you see me, I've just been running around so much. It's like, nah, you were just having fun. You were climbing a tree or whatever. So that's kind of, I'm happy last night that like I got to do one with Annalise, got to do one with Angel. I had another song I wanted to do too. So it's like, I got lots of songs. So it was like,
I see.
You know what I'm
I remember that.
it's like,
So
CJ, come on, one more.
When you was a kid, what was your favorite superpower if you could have had it? What would it be?
Superpower as a kid? Oh, I don't know, man. When I was a kid, like, can you refresh my memory? Like, what are some superpowers? Like, what are some classic
like
ones?
if you had the power of like an X-Man, like healing,
Oh, okay.
Cyclops with the glasses, or disappearing, or
Okay.
teleporting, or
Right.
you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, there's
Superman.
a lot. Okay.
I don't want to say
Yeah,
Batman.
Batman's kind of
Yeah,
like,
he's not really.
I think the idea of Spider-Man, I think that was so cool. The idea just to be able to climb up things, kind of like a squirrel. You know what I mean? This is not a deep answer or anything. This is probably when I was like 5 years old, and when you're really gullible as a kid, and there was this guy who dressed up as like one of the dads. Like this could have even been in preschool, so it's like way back. He dressed up as like Spider-Man, and I was like, oh my God, that's so cool. And he was like, yeah, like. In this costume, it actually has the gloves stick to the wall, so you can actually climb up the walls. And I totally believed him. And I told my mom, like, yo, this is so cool. This costume allows him. And she was like, no, he wasn't being serious. I was like, darn. But honestly, if that was a real costume and you could kind of just climb up the side of buildings and stuff, I think that might have been that's a superpower, right?
Nah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
Right.
Yeah, like, but why would that be something that you would consider to have?
I think
Out
that
of all the
you know what it
things and
is.
powers you
Yeah,
have.
I think it is like what I've been realizing recently is like I hate the feeling of being trapped, yo. It's like that's one of the worst feelings, and it's like it's crazy. It's taking me so long to realize it.
I was
'cause
about to
it's
hit the button on you.
like, what's the button? What's the button do? Yes. Thank you. Yeah, because the crazy part, it took me a long time to realize like what is this? When you have the feelings like what is this feeling? I don't like this feeling. At first you don't even realize you don't like it. You're just like, you're just so in it.
Yeah.
And then you're like, I don't like this feeling. And then you get to the point you're like, but what is this feeling that I don't like? And then I realized it's that feeling of being like suffocated or trapped. You know what I'm saying? So it's like recently I just been like, yo, what do I need to do to not feel trapped? And then like just get in my car and drive somewhere. Like I've been trying to get better at that. I want to just be able to like, cause I have the social anxiety thing, right? So it that can also be limiting. But I'm like, let me just go to Panera and just to be outside, outside of the crib. You know what I'm saying? Like little stuff like that. Because that's what I'm saying. Like it sounds so silly, kind of, but it's just, when you feel trapped, it's like I said, it's one of the worst feelings. So that's recently I feel I'm happy though, because at least I've identified it.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah.
And that you understand what's going on. What's one of your biggest challenges in your life?
Depression, probably, honestly. Like I think that goes hand in hand with being trapped, because to be honest, some days I'm super motivated, like like, oh, this person's pulling up to the Garrett, we're gonna work, and I'm super motivated. And other days I just am like, what's the point, man? Like, I don't know. I just, some days it'd be like that, So in terms of, yeah, man, in terms of like the challenges, I don't know. I think, I don't want to say people don't know that about me, because it's very well possible everyone's like, no, dude, we know that about you. But like, I don't know. Cause it's funny because I think a positive person. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm a very positive person. But at the same time, I've definitely struggled with that, like feeling trapped or like feeling.
So do you feel like that's just musically, or that's like your life? You feel like the depression, like I know you just mentioned it, like sometimes you want to do it and sometimes you be like, what's the purpose? You feel like is that a general thing, or that's just like with your music?
I think it's more general. I think that it's like, that's sometimes that I like tell myself that too, when I get like frustrated with music or with writing. I'm like, yo, it's not the music or the writing that it's like, sometimes it's like a deeper frustration, and then you just like, you kind of take it out in the music. Like, oh, it's like, so now I think it's definitely it's definitely more of a life thing. You know what I mean? I think life is calm. I'm trying to figure this thing out, man. It's my first time doing it, man.
We all are.
I'm live. This is my first time being a human being. I'm trying to figure it out, man.
We all are, man.
Right.
Especially today, it's like, man, you don't know what you're gonna wake up tomorrow and what the word gonna be.
And that can be a beautiful thing too, though, because that's what I was saying. Like,
excuse me, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I feel like it's a beautiful thing in the sense of, I guess it's like you're free.
Right.
Because it's like, it's not like when we was, because I feel like when I was young, because I'm 43, I feel like, I kind of felt like when I was younger, everything was kind of scripted.
Yes.
If that makes sense with what I'm saying. Like, basically, it was like, this is the way life's supposed to go.
Point A to point B to
point C.
yeah.
Everybody followed the same direction.
Straight line.
All the women was how women was, house, home, cooking. The fathers, the men, they was the way the men was supposed to be, work. Now it's like, it's just all over the place.
Yeah.
Like, it's not the same household. Kids is more verbal about how they feel.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, they free. Like, you know what I mean? They on the internet. Like, anybody could become a millionaire overnight.
There's a lot of craziness. Some of it's good, man. I think people are more open in some ways. I think that's good. But what I wanted to say real quick before I forget was, it was like yesterday when I was driving, and I'm like driving to the thing, and I'm in the car, and I know that there's gonna be this event. I know I have this performance and all that, and I'm just like, yo, but like, this is how my depression kind of manifests itself sometimes. I'm like, yo, but what about tomorrow, man? Like, yeah, it's gonna be a great night tonight, but like, even if it's the best night ever, it's like, tomorrow is Sunday. It's like, yo, just what's gonna be tomorrow? And I was just like, yo, you know what? I just told myself in the car, I'm like, I just have to be focused. Like, I'm just gonna focus on tonight. I'm just gonna focus on the performance for tonight. And tomorrow I'm not. And that's like, I'm here right now. I'm we linked up last
Yeah,
night,
yeah,
so
definitely.
that's kind of like what I'm saying. It's like it can be hard sometimes, but just try to stay like for me, I try to stay locked in on my journey because you just don't know what the next day might bring. You can spend a lot of time worrying about something and being afraid of something, and you manifest it if you spend too much time worrying about it. So that's like for me, I try to just stay locked in and stay present and just have faith. I try to have faith. I try to have belief. Like that's something it's hard to have a sense of spirituality. Like especially talk about this day and age, man. It's hard. It's hard to do that. It's all the shit that you see, man. But I try to have like God in my life in some sort of way to guide me because otherwise for me it's just crazy. It's just a lot of random noise and no direction. So I just try to
Absolutely.
follow that
I like
path.
that. I like that quote.
Yeah, thank you.
Why are you passionate about what you do?
Because I know what it's like to do something that you hate. You know what I mean? Like I know what it's like to excel at things your heart's not really in. Like I know what it's like to to have to write essays for classes that you don't really you don't care about it, man. Like you don't care. You have to do things you don't want to do. It makes you appreciate like, wait, this is what I like to do. So it's like, I think I've just had that experience of like who I was as a person and things that I was doing. I was like, yo, it's not me. This is not what I really want to be doing. And for a long time, like I said, I started writing raps and stuff in middle school, but I'm 26 now, and I just people knew about me in middle school, and then I was like, I wasn't ready for it. And then just like, all right, let's say from like 11 years old until like 23 years old, I was not public at all with my music, really. So it's like all that time, this has been my passion. This has been the thing that I love, one of the things that I love. And I haven't been able to share it with people, and that's like, if you can't share it with people, you can't receive love, I think that's it. That's like, because I feel like, honestly, ever since I started sharing my music, I've received like so much more love in like the past, honestly, like even like 6 months. So I've received so much like compared to like the last 12 years, because it's like, but you have to give it. You have to give that energy into the world if you want to receive it. So I think that's kind of what I feel like, and I want to receive it, man. I'm a human being. I want to feel it, man. I want to feel the love. I want to feel all that. So if you want to feel it, you gotta. That's why I just say, anybody, like, you never know who's watching this, and it's like,
and you be surprised how many people going through what you're going through,
right?
And you'd be surprised how much your music help somebody.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Like somebody probably was at the show, probably having a bad time, and heard one of your songs, was like, damn, he made it through that.
Right.
That sound like me.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
Absolutely.
I could keep going.
KG, keep going, yeah.
So what do people misunderstand about you the most?
I feel pretty misunderstood, to be honest. I had this one song I wrote a while ago. I was like, you will never know me because I don't know myself. So it's like, if I don't understand me, how the hell can you understand me? So I feel like I'm still figuring out myself. So I can't necessarily be mad at someone for not getting me, because I don't get myself too well sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of, sometimes it's like, I think sometimes with music, I think people are more open than I thought. Sometimes I thought in the past people would be like, oh, this kind of like genre of music that I'm making and this and that. But I actually think we're at a point now where it's like, I'm not saying that doesn't exist, but no, I think people are pretty open in terms of just like being open to sounds and new ideas. So I guess I feel misunderstood, but then if I really kind of, maybe the one thing that I've felt sometimes is that, um, but like I said earlier, that it's like with the depression and all of that, sometimes it's hard because it's like I want to be. I don't want to go around like, yo, I'm so depressed. Like, I want to be positive. Like, I want to be like spreading good energy. Sometimes maybe when you do that, people might look at you like, oh man, this guy is just, he's just got everything and like da da da. And I really don't feel that way. But I also think that that's kind of like people are always going to have misconceptions about you. And that's actually one thing that I realized recently. It was like, people are always like, don't worry what other people think about you. And I think that that's very true.
Yes.
But my feeling is, it's not enough just to say that, because if you're like, don't think about what they're thinking about you, so then you're thinking about not thinking about it. So what I've learned is you have to be focused. That's really for 2026. That's my big thing, being more focused and having goals. Like, these are things that I'm working towards. These are my goals. And I've found that if I can have goals, things that I'm focused on and things that I'm working towards, I can put my energy towards that. And whether or not there are people like hating, or I don't even really feel that. I don't feel like people hate on me, to be honest. But like, or maybe people don't understand me or whatever. Like, I have somewhere else to direct my energy towards those goals. So that's kind of just been like finding more of those goals for me. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing about yourself and why?
Ooh, my favorite thing about myself. I think it was like just, yeah, because I've been through the depression and stuff. But then as I kind of got back in touch with myself, and I actually think I'm someone who my like default setting is like, I'm actually like a very positive person. Like, I think I like to laugh, I like to smile. Like, I think it's actually easy for me, like if I'm with other people, or I'm in the right setting and I'm doing those things. So I think that I actually am just like inherently like just a pretty positive person. I'm not really into like I said, I've never been like, I've never wanted to be like popular or like anything. Like, I think that's what I like about myself, is that I feel like I can relate to the underdog, or I kind of feel like that, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Do you have siblings? And if so, how did they affect your life?
Yeah, so I do. I think that, it's a good question. I think that one thing that my brother, because I've been thinking about this a lot, like I think one thing that my brother taught me was, how do I say this? Like, he's taught me a lot, honestly. How do I put this into words though? Because I feel like things come around, so I feel like I've kind of started to also teach him things. But when I was younger, I think just about learning. He's very humble is what I'm trying to say. Like, he's smart, but not in a way that's like, certain people are like, they need you to know that they're smart.
Yeah.
He's not like that. Like, he loves to like help people learn, and like, you know what I'm saying? And just, I think he kind of showed me that there's a way of, loving, learning, that's uplifting. It's kind of what I try to do in my music. I try to be positive. I'm not really about like putting people down. You know what I'm saying? It's like we can all kind of grow, and I think sometimes with like learning, it's easy when someone doesn't know something, be like, oh, you didn't know the Pythagorean theorem or whatever. It's like everyone starts at a point of not knowing something. So he taught me that humility, that just because I might know one thing, that doesn't make me better than anybody else. And that, it's like, I know that I do not know. It's like, there's so much stuff that I don't know. So I think that's something he really taught me, because I think he's a very, very intelligent person, but even more so than the intelligence, it's like, it's an attitude. Like, and that's what I'm saying about like the producing thing. I still feel like a beginner. I'm still learning. My friends, like working with other musicians, I'm still learning. Like, oh, that's how you can play a power chord like that on the guitar. Oh, okay, now I can play some Green Day songs. Maybe I'll try my. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm always learning. I'll try to always have that attitude of like, just being open minded to new ideas and having that humility. So I definitely think that that's something he taught me is huge life lesson.
What's up? What character traits do you respect most in others?
I think that for me, it's honesty is probably like the biggest one. You know, I think that it's hard. It's hard to be honest. It's hard to be real. You know, right? Like being
Especially people these days, you can't be real. Nobody want to hear the truth.
yeah, no one wants to hear the truth. And the truth is, you know, this is one of the things that I say though, is like, for me, it's hard. Let's not kid ourselves. It's hard to tell the truth, but for me, it's even harder to say nothing. It's even harder to keep that inside. You know what I'm saying? It's
definitely. I
difficult,
understand that,
difficult to be honest, difficult to be open. But for me, the alternative is way worse. You know, so in terms of other people, man, I just think that you can, you know, honesty. Let's just be honest, and that's the kind of like the people in my life. Like that's I can only be with people in my life who are honest and who are open. And a lot of people are not there yet. And what I've learned is that that's okay. I just don't have to be in my life.
Facts. I agree with that. I ain't gonna lie, I agree with that. That was deep right there because I agree with that. Let me ask you a question, right?
I love this, by the way. This is fun. I feel like I could do this all day.
2025, right? We going into 2026. What something surprising you learned about yourself this year?
Well, it's funny because today, I believe, is December 28th, 2025, right?
Yes. So you will be my last episode for the year, and
Okay.
we will be back in February
February.
2026
You heard it here first.
next year. But he's closing us out this year.
The octave is closing us
That's right.
out. So what I want to say though is, so my birthday is June 28th, 6/28. So today is, I guess, 12/28. So it's like officially half a year of being 26,
Yeah.
6 months of being 26. So it's like, what have I learned? And that's the thing. I'm born in 1999, so my age kind of roughly corresponds to the year that we're in. So I'm 26. But in terms of like the last, what have I learned about? I feel like I've learned so much about myself, honestly, in the last 6 months, last 6 weeks, last 6 hours. Constantly feel like I'm learning. But I think if I had to like settle on one thing, it's like kind of what you said about how a lot of these feelings that we feel are really isolating. And I talk about that in the record, the Neither Are You Guilty record, shame and guilt. But it's like, yo, these things, everybody feels them. And it's so easy to feel like, oh my God, I'm the only one. You know, I'm the only one who feels this way. But that's like what I've learned with doing the music is I love the call and response, because for me the call and response is therapeutic, because it shows how many people have the same things that they're struggling with. They may not have the words for it, they may not be ready to talk about it quite yet, but when I do a call and response and I see how eager people are to participate, it just is therapeutic, because it shows me, yo, I'm really not alone. Like it's actually like most people everybody has something that they're not so proud of, or, you know, everyone's got shit that they're like, fuck, why did I say that? Why did I do that? Like everyone has that. Like, oh, I'm so embarrassed. Fuck. Like everyone's got something like that. And it's like, those are the most isolating feelings, when you feel like, oh my God, I'm the only one in the world who's like has that thing or whatever. But it's like, yo, everyone's got that. That's okay. So it's just like, I can breathe out, man. I can breathe out.
What's an important life lesson for you?
Important life lesson is
All right, so I'm gonna
Yeah.
break it down.
Break it down, please.
All right, so you as an engineer, right? A up and coming artist
Yeah.
that you working with on the daily.
Hmm.
Something that you will put them on the game about.
Okay.
And it could be life, it could be music, just something that's but I wanted to relate to both. Like a life music
Right, life
situation.
and music. I think it's consistency, to be honest. It's kind of consistency is very unglamorous. You know, it's not shocking, but I feel like it's not like, yo, this is the secret that you only, Octave could tell you this. It's like, no, I don't think I'm the only one who knows this at all. But I think that in terms of for the people who I'm not really, I don't care that much about talent, mainly because I think that people have gifts and I think that I have my own gifts for sure, but I'm never like worried about talent because it's like it's the consistency. Cause I remember when people would laugh at me, like laugh at my raps, or for a long time I didn't even try to sing because people would like no one ever taught me how to sing, so I had to like teach myself all this. So, but what I learned is just it's the people who are consistent, so that's kind of if someone's like they're just getting their feet wet or whatever, they're just starting out. Oh, I'm not good at this. I'm not good at guitar. I'm not good at mixing vocals. I would just say I don't care about all that because I know people who are super duper talented, way more talented than me, but they just weren't consistent. They just gave up early. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
there's the first thing didn't go their way, and it's just like it's just a life test. It's like a true test of your grit is not how you feel when you're at the top, but it's like, I remember I did this one. It was one of CJ's things at the waiting room. You know that spot, and I think it's in Broadway.
Nah, I'm new to Jersey.
New to Jersey. Yeah. Well, it was my first time. It was like a big bar, and like I did a performance there, and I felt like honestly looking back, it was solid. It wasn't like bad or anything, but I was like really pissed off afterwards because it was just like a huge bar, and I didn't feel like anyone was listening, and I felt like I was giving so much of myself, and it was just like And honestly, after that, I'm not gonna lie, when I was like, I need to like get outside and just like pace down the street. And I was like really pissed, like, fuck, I don't want to do this anymore. But then I was just like, yo, this is just a test of like that's how I look at it. Like, how badly
You want it.
do you want it on the days that you're like, fuck this, like, I hate this shit, this sucks. Cause there's definitely gonna be moments like that. I'm not gonna lie. Like, there are gonna be moments like that where it's just tough, but is you ask yourself, because it's not for everybody. There are gonna be people who are just like, honestly, I'm out and bye, and that's cool because it's not for everybody.
Yeah,
You
it's
know what
not-
I'm saying?
It's definitely not for the weak. Even like this podcast thing is definitely not for the weak. You know how many interviews I booked and have people supposed to come, they don't show up. I done book studio time. That's why I just wound up building my own safe
Yeah,
place in my
smart.
house. So if they don't come, it's not like I pay for anything. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I just don't like the fact that sometimes it takes away from the next artist that really wanted to come. Like, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So that's the only thing. But yeah, this creating thing is not for the weak. Cause not everybody gonna get what you're trying to do.
that's what I've learned, man. People, they're yeah. You know what though? It's the beautiful thing about it is that it's like sacrifice, man. That's such a big part of life. I think that's one of the things. Like, if you have a dream that you're chasing, your dream, it has to come with sacrifice, bro.
Absolutely, definitely.
And it's like I'll say this: it's like sacrifices. Everyone, and this is another thing that I've been learning this past year. It's like, and it's helped with me trying to become more spiritual. But it's like everyone has their own life. Like, what your journey looks like is different than what my journey looks like.
Absolutely.
And it's not worthwhile for me to be like, oh, well, what is he? It's like, no, I need to stay grounded. This is the reality. This is the world that God, he put me into this. I didn't ask for this. This is the reality that God gave me. I have to accept that. I can't be like, yeah, no, I can't fight it. I have to accept this is my path. I have to be grounded in my path. And it's just the piece with what I was trying to say is, so that means like for sacrifices look different depending on who you are. But regardless of who you are, I think that what I'm trying to say is if you do have a dream that you're chasing, you have to be willing to make sacrifices in order to achieve that. That is one thing that I've learned. You have to make those sacrifices.
I agree. I totally agree with that. Give us your favorite life quote.
Oh, damn. Oh, my mom just told me a good one. She said it was from the Dalai Lama. It says something like, there are only 2 days when you can't get something done. And those 2 days, yesterday and tomorrow. So, in other words,
Focus on today.
focus on today, because today is, you can get it, you know what I mean? You can get shit done
I
today.
tell Mama love. I like that.
Come on, man. Shout out to my mom. If you didn't tell me that, I would have been nervous. I don't know what I would have. I have one ready to go. She just told me that yesterday, I'm pretty sure. So
That's what's up. Shout out to Mama
yeah.
Love for that one. That was a dope one.
absolutely.
All right, so we're gonna jump into this EP that you just dropped. First off, Neither Are Guilty. That's the name of it, right?
So it's Neither Are You Guilty.
Oh,
yeah.
neither are you. Oh, excuse me. Neither are you guilty. You are right.
Mm-hmm.
So, what's behind the name?
Yeah. So
Because that's unique.
yeah, thank you. So I said, welcome to a whole new era when you don't ever have to live in terror. You can feel free, you feel me? Really, really. No, you're not innocent, but neither are you guilty. Neither are you guilty. No, you're not innocent, but neither are you guilty. Yeah, neither are you guilty. No, you're not innocent, but neither are you guilty. So that's the refrain on that song. That was the whole, I had an experience doing that song, or like at an open mic. Honestly, I wasn't even planning like dropping the project or whatever. Like I just had the song for a while on my computer, and then I did open mic, and I did the first song, and it was like, it's kind of okay. It wasn't great. I was like, I need to like do better. So I started doing that one, the Neither Are You Guilty song a cappella. But it was fire because they had like just a guy kind of just hanging out on drums, another dude on the keys. So I just started rapping it. And it was like little by little, I got everyone started snapping along to it. The guy on the keys, he figured out, okay, well, he could do his thing. Guy on the drums, he locked in. And then it was just like mad people in the crowd started saying it. And it was like, that was for me like the most like spiritual experience I ever had. I'm not gonna lie. I felt like I transcended myself in that moment, because it was like, wait, like I'm giving the people what they need to hear. Like I felt like people needed to hear this shit for real. And it was like, and that's one of the things. Like, shout out to my guy Ray, Ray Locks. I'm pretty sure. I hope I don't fuck that up. But Ray, Sweet 1111, and he does an open mic, Plainfield, and that's when we had a conversation. And like he just I love this shit. He said like if you have a gift and you don't share that gift, it's a sin. That's how he said. He's like, I look at it like a sin. And it's like, I was like, damn. It was kind of like I kind of had like a similar realization. It's like if you got something that people like can really like, yo, they need to hear that because maybe they feel it, but no one ever put it in that specific order of those words. It's kind of selfish if you don't like release it in some form, some way, shape, or form. You know what I'm saying? So it was kind of like after that, I'm like, all right, man, like, fuck, I gotta just, it's bigger than me at this point. It's bigger than my own fears and insecurities. Like, I gotta do it for the people. I know that sounds kind of like, oh, you're doing it for the, but it came from that. So then, it was like, okay, let me make a project. And that was kind of like the core idea. So I just had a bunch of songs. I kind of just put them all together after that. Yeah.
What's your favorite song on that EP?
Man, I got a lot of favorites. So we did last night. I'm not saying it's my favorite. It might be a fan favorite. Is people love Soothing. Soothing. It's funny because Soothing is. I was thinking about this shit and like, man, because of this girl who inspired the song. Man, I haven't talked to her in like 6 years. And it's like I still miss her and shit. But it's like someone yesterday, after I did the Soothing song, was like, yo, this song, like, I felt it, man, like, spoke to me. And it's like, man, I just hope that she's happy that, like, the energy, you know what I'm saying, that she gave me, just took that light, transferred it so somebody else could kind of feel that energy that, you know what I'm saying, that she gave me. So that song is, bro, but the thing with that project is honestly like they're all really like I don't know if I could pick one because and then there's the Neither Guilty the song, but there's also the Shake Off the Shame. That's another one. Like Shake.
So
yeah.
let me ask you this question then, right? Sorry to cut you off.
No, you
but,
good.
So let me ask you this: do you feel like, or not? Do you feel like? So is it safe to say like, is this album a soundtrack for a situation?
Yeah, I think it's kind of like the sound. I think we talked about childhood earlier, bro. I think it's like my soundtrack to like my middle school years, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe my middle school soundtrack, low key. I never thought about it in those terms. But like me as like a middle schooler, I'm like, so much shit is happening that I don't understand and this and that. And I think this is the music that was kind of like in the movie that's going to be like in the background. You'll hear, and man, middle school, but other periods too. It's definitely cinematic for sure, though.
Yeah,
without a doubt.
I like it. I like it. I've been listening to it since you sent it to me early this morning. My wife was down here. She was helping me set up. She at work now, for the show, and we was listening to it. And she was like, "Oh, he's good. He's good. He's good." She usually here, to do our pictures and stuff like that. At the end of the show, but she got a new job. Shout out to her. She's trying to get that promotion.
Let's go.
Which we know we gonna get.
Come
you
on,
already
man.
know. Know what I mean, so it's about time we wrap this. Hopefully, when you drop another EP, you come back.
Oh yeah, because I got an
album.
I got an album. Honestly, man, I got my first one as Octave. Like the last one I did as Augustus CZR. I've been working on the Octave one, man. We talked about like the depression and having goals and stuff. It's like for me, it's like that's that new project, man. It's gonna be an album. It's gonna be with a lot of my friends. I'm trying to get the one with Annalise, Angel on it. Some of my other friends too. I'm gonna produce the whole thing myself, and I'm a lot closer. Like this is where I know I'm a lot closer to the finish line. Then sometimes it feels like, oh my God, I'm so far out. But I'm just telling myself I'm a lot closer. Bro, you're a lot closer. So I'm like, I'm really trying to do that.
When can we expect that?
Not in 2025. I'll say that much. Not in 2025. But I can't give you a specific date right now. But kind of like what I was saying, like with the Neither Are You Guilty, I feel like I had to get that. For the people, man, I just feel like I love that last album. I think with this next one, though, last one I tried to be really consistent with it. I tried to be okay, like kind of like the story, but it's all sonically, it's all kind of similar production style. This next one, I'm like, I'm gonna show you all of my influences, because even, not gonna lie, like last night was fire, really fun performance, but I can also turn up too. So you got to just know the venue, you know what I'm saying? Like it was
Absolutely.
cozy, calm vibes. Okay, I'm gonna bring that, but I can also bring, the rage too. So on this project,
I'm a DJ, so that's my job to read rooms. And
exactly.
Energy, you know what I mean?
Facts. So yeah, but the next one, I would just say like it might be a little bit more kind of like different even within it. But I'm just trying to show you guys, like, I'm built different, honestly.
Gotcha. So we about to close the show. You send me some tracks, or do you want to play a track off the album?
Maybe we play a track off the album.
Which one you want to play?
I think that I never play this song live, but I was just listening to it earlier. It's called Mistake. It's like I love all the songs, like I said, even like the little shorter ones, you know. Go.
There we go.
Waking up to you. Waking up to you.
I like this.
Waking up to you. Waking.
And it was like
waking up to you.
yesterday when we was listening to your music or whatever, it was almost like it fit the environment.
Word.
Like, you know, it was a yoga studio.
Yeah.
And it was like
You gotta know where you're performing, you know what I'm saying? Like, turn this up a little bit though. Yeah, it's one of my favorite verses I did. I'm rocking with you, I'm rocking with you, I'm rocking with you, yeah.
Rocking with you,
I'm rocking with you, I'm rocking with you.
I'm rocking with you, I'm
I'm rocking with you, I'm rocking with you, yeah.
I'm rocking with you, I'm rocking with you, I'm rocking with you.
Alright, this is my verse right here.
Doing what you do,
Yeah.
keep doing what you do.
Making it hard for me,
I'm making it
hard for you.
okay.
I wanna stay, but I gotta go. You're making it hard to choose.
Oh no,
Body and soul,
losing control. I'm
letting go of the ego.
let go and letting it flow and letting it roll. But can we still take it
Slow.
Not so far afield, but I know I've never been here before. Never.
I know I'm taking a risk, but no risk, no reward.
Okay. And life's just a big detour.
And that's just a metaphor.
Let's go.
But the moment I met you, I knew
We go
there'd be
now.
more. Yeah.
I'm rocking with you. 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 Keep doing what you do. Keep doing what you do. I'm rocking with you. 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 Keep doing what you do. Keep doing what you do.
I can't forget what you said. I can't get out of my head. I can't get out of my bed. I can't get out of this dreadful feeling. I stare at the ceiling. I see the pain peeling. I know I need healing. 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 The rhymes are raw. They're really revealing. I'm bearing it all. I'm barely concealing. Yeah. I'm barely concealing. I'm barely concealing. I'm barely concealing. I'm waking up trying to figure out what I'm about to do.
Okay.
Let me tell you, it's way worse waking up without you. Waking up to you. Waking up to you. Waking up to you. Waking up to you.
thanks for coming out, man.
My pleasure. Thank you for
Man,
having
it was
me.
a pleasure for me too for having you here, man. Dope show.
Thank you.
Yo, the people want to have you back once you get that album together, once you give us a date
I'm gonna hit you.
for coming out. Appreciate you, my brother.
Come on. Thank you so much for having me.
You already know. Let the people know where they can find your music at. What's your Instagram
Yes.
name? Your social sites, everything.
And that was a little sneak peek for you guys too. Like, you know,
Yeah.
first a little sneak peek of the next project.
Word?
yeah.
That's not even out yet.
No, that's from the next one. That's
Ooh.
unreleased. That's what I'm
Okay.
saying. So that's from
Okay.
the next one. So that's like the
Alright.
first time I ever played anything from the newest one. That
Yeah.
gives you a little bit of a feel for some of the stuff. That's gonna be like the softer side, but then there's gonna be a whole other side of it too.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
don't
yeah.
think that the whole album's gonna be like that. Don't, because I was thinking about that. I was like, I might do all, because I got plenty to try to do. Cause I'm like, nah, man, I gotta show the whole spectrum.
Yeah, facts.
So if you want to follow me, it's Octave. I spell Octave 0KTAVE _. So at Octave, spell 0KTAVE _. So yeah, that's where you can find me at.
Right, and that's on all platforms, all social media platforms.
Yeah, that's right now, to be honest, like I made the page in August, so I'm just on IG right now, and then once I get I don't have any music released as Octave, so that's why I'm trying to get this first project out.
Mm.
So that's why I'm super excited for it, actually. Yeah.
Got you, man. Thanks for coming out, man. Straight Live Podcast. This is your boy DJ Turnpike. What I guess,
Octave.
you already know, man. Tune in, man. He gonna come back once that album get out. Once he get a release date,
Yes.
we gonna be back on this.
Fire. Thank
Part
you for
2.
having me.
Yep. Thanks for coming out,
Come
brother.
on, man.
Appreciate you.
Yes.
time she get drunk, she be acting a fool. Bitch, I'm not in the mood. She annoying as fuck, I ain't tryna be rude. Watching this nigga keep watching my jewels. Ain't even fuck when we got in the room.